Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Lost in the Open, where I'm starting to run out of song lyrics for episode titles, so you might have to help me a bit with this one, or even the next one. Alright then, looks like we got a few level ups. I remember the last episode being interrupted and I had to stop rather earlier than I'd expected. I'm going to just meander on through this area, which does mean going through another fight and protecting the king. And in order to do that, we obviously need to level up. So this is Jas. Confirm or wait. If I wait, can I get this one open the character sheet again? Or will it wait until I level up next time? Alright. So... good. This is his first level up. He has whatever that is, but it's got a helmet and armor on it, so it looks good. So, Daunting Strike. Very low damage. Force the target's turn to face you, which can expose their rear to other people who can then run away or do damage. Bulwark. Great skill. It is facing based, mind you. Learning, vindictive. But we can then make them turn around on an upgrade to it, can't we? Yes. One moment. Okay. Now, does this only apply when using this skill or all the time? I'll take it anyway, and presume it's when using the skill. Alright. Our Mace Man. Also, not his first level up, so he must have taken a passive. Oh. He didn't get 2 level ups at once, did he? No, that can't be right. Did I not take it last time? Okay, well, let's see. Resilient gives health and armor rating and below 50% increased protection. Oh, that's good. Aggression or training discipline. Well, I'd like to go resilient to keep him alive. However, he is a heavy hitter with a two-handed weapon who can belt out quite a bit of damage, and while we have bolstered our defense quite a bit so far, we're starting to fall behind on the damage front, so I'm going to take aggression. And compression blow is very tempting. Patient. If you do not attack on your last turn, your next attack restores 7. Okay. Let's go compression blow. And work on our basic mace attack. So we can go accuracy and damage, or we can go armor penetration, extra damage against armor, really extra damage against armor. His accuracy rating is reasonably good, but maybe we could do with a little bit more. There we go. And then His Majesty. Okay, he can't get a defensive one, so adaptation gives health and dodge. Dodge increases by 5 after taking a hit. Don't know how long for, maybe it's for the whole fight. Stamina and initiative, or... You know, the stamina would actually help him get a... I think there's been a few occasions where he's moved and been 1 or 2 stamina points short of landing an attack. Or aggression, which is pretty good. We do need the offensive aspect, and we can't quite afford a weapon upgrade yet. So in courage, only 1 ally, by the look of it. Okay. Fatigue the user. Oh, that is exhausting. Okay, well, hang on then. Whirlwind attack. Lowers accuracy, not ideal. Cleaver. Okay, 50% chance. Okay, yep. So when you kill someone, make an extra attack with a 50% critical hit increase. So a very nasty extra attack. That's quite nice. He doesn't land kills quite as often as we'd like to hope, but I'll take it for now. And finishing blow. Let's see. If the target is struck down by this ability, it's cooled down. Again, his damage isn't quite there yet. That would help. The damage increase. Execution threshold increased by an additional... Hang on. 30%. By an additional 100%. So to... Should we just... the damage has increased, so it goes to 350%. Okay. So pretty good for guaranteeing finishing. If we can get him down to 30%. If a finishing blow would reduce the target unit's health to nothing, it bypasses any death-preventing effects. There are death-preventing effects that we haven't seen yet. Okay. Execution threshold plus 30, so that would go to 60%, and accuracy. So we'd get a lot more 250% hits, which is good. Ignores unit's protection rating if they're below it. Okay, and stamina cost. Okay, we'll just leave that as it is. On a critical hit, low crit chance so far. Critical rate, there we go, that puts a critical rating up. And that doesn't need to kill on Heroic Strike. On a critical hit, using it reduces cooldown by 2. Oh, okay. And execution. If we finish them, everyone gets... Oh yeah. I can see the synergy here already. Grants an additional 20 critical rating intensity. Okay, so puts a debuff on them. Yeah, I can see the synergies here. We are somewhat lacking in core basic damage output, mind you, so this has its appeal as well. In the meantime then, on hit, grant tactical... Sure. Put that on his basic attack. While we think about what we want to do there. And now we head into battle. But wait. We do have bandages. Hopefully the healing will occur before the battle and not after. Double fight? Okay, got to be extra careful then. An arrow embeds itself into a tree in front of you. You glance behind you and see a bounty of bandits charging towards you. Well, let's get some experience points and protect the king. You draw your sword, prepared for battle. Okay, that looks like all the foes. 5. They are close to matching our number, and there is an archer. Here we go. Well, we're fighting. And get that compression blow in. Yeah. Tempt him away a little and he might be very badly hurt by then. And I'm glad I did turn that far. Okay, good. And if we rush... Okay. To there. Alright. We'll start with a compression blow, because why not? 14, I see. Okay, we have enough for a... Nice. Okay, bowman's over here, swordsman over here, so if we just go to there for now, we may be okay. Yep, thought you'd do that. And you did move back rather wisely. Okay. Well then. We don't like you and your mace avoiding ways. Obviously, this man is exposed. And he'll be turning around and slicing at him very soon if he lives. Meanwhile, we're going to run down that bowman. Cora, get in there and mess him up with your ball and chain. Now, we can nip to here for full-on backstab bonuses. And then... got him. Where do we want to... oh, we got a man right here. Excellent. Well, look at this now. There's some damage. Excellent stuff. Looks like the healing did occur before the fight and not after. I'll take it. Okay. Well, it's hammer time. He's pretty much a goner now. Let's focus on these. Shield up. And sword in. Hello, this is your death calling. It goes a little bit like this. Excellent stuff. I mean, they're going to focus there for a bit, but hey, speaking of focusing, get him! Okay, get him once, fine, we'll finish him off. Excellent stuff. At least we get... ooh, he ran far. Possibly a wise decision. That's one of ours. That's one of ours. Let's try to get round behind these. Speaking behind, let's at least get on the side. There might not be much of a side left there soon, mind you. This fellow's going down. Especially as we got a big mace coming his way. Who? Yes, you. Excellent stuff. Okay, well, get a few hits in. Only the two, mind you. Alright. And keep chasing down that bowman. Right, we'd better come in here. Because the swordsman might not be long for this world. Oh, he's dead. Really? He's determined to do some damage before he dies, and in all fairness, I don't blame him. We need some more Protect the King type abilities. Also, these shield bearers, they just don't have the stamina points to consistently get the free attacks our other warriors are having. So I did have the points to move in there for a more advantageous attack. I should have just done that. Although, we struck him down anyway. And Mars got a level. Excellent stuff. Because there's another fight coming up and he'll need it for that. You defeat your bandit pursuers. You search their bodies for coin and goods. Raw gems, they will be selling those. But first, we'll level up for Marsk, our mace man. Let's see now. Fluid. Well, for him we go survivability, right? Because he's our tanky man. Begin in a defensive stance, increasing protective rating by 15. Then, at the end of your turn, switch to an offensive stance, increasing damage by 15%. Switch again to a defensive stance at the end of your turn. The cycle repeats until the end of combat. I have a feeling that this will occasionally come in really useful, but a lot of times it'll work against me and you know, the damage and the defense will be there at the wrong times when I don't need them. One could argue that the damage is always useful, the defense is always useful as well, but if I'm like running at a group of archers and I go into offensive mode and they're shooting at me while I'm out of range, it's not great. Dazing Strike. Sure. Does he have dazing attacks already, mind you? No. Okay. Dauntless Strike, force him to face you. Well, that's a good bodyguard type ability. And he doesn't have a good taunt ability already. But it's a very low damage, and if all it does is turn him around, I think we'll go Daunting Strike for now. Now, what have we got for this? We've got extra damage, accuracy. Oh, that's... yeah, sure. I'm going straight in here on the accuracy increase. And then I'll probably be looking at maybe even accuracy for his basic mace bash as well. Let's go to our next fight. Oh, damn it. Trader's all the way down there, but we can't get there now. You're in bandit-controlled territory and are forced to move more slowly and cautiously. Be prepared to fight against harder odds. And let's hope our enemies will also have to... oh man, we're going to have to go for a lot of it as well. A mumbled greeting from your side startles you. A cloaked man whom you did not hear approach. You reach for your weapon. He raises both hands in peace. He explains he is willing to pay handsomely to anyone who will deal with a certain band of mercenaries, no questions asked. But this is a fight event, so it could be an ambush. You know what? We'll do it. Tentatively. The man offers you a toothy grin as he hands you a pouch of coins for your silence. He promises for treasures once the task is complete and explains the route to the mercenaries' camp. Yeah, this feels dodgy. You follow the man's directions and find yourself at the camp. The mercenaries are in the midst of training and are well numbered. So we could just attack them straight up, or walk in all friendly and hope they don't turn nasty on us when we try to betray us. No, we'll live by our word and then make the attack. The mercenaries calmly prepare themselves for battle, no strangers to engagement. Oh, this could be a problem. Let's just do the best we can. Okay. General Nervesk. When did you become a general? Let's just stand our ground for now. Are there really only two of them? I feel suspicious. Alright, bleed for me, will you? Good stuff. I need to remember to get Jas into good protection positions. Speaking of which, Korua, You don't even have a... You got some good passives or something? You're level 2 and you don't even have an extra skill yet. Let's just try the double strike. Yeah. And for you, my friend, we're going for the big bash. Nice. If it's only damage, then we have his armor to think about. But, hey. So if we go for the dazing strike, that'll cost him a turn. We can even head up to here to begin moving on the second fellow. It does look like this is all we get. Oh, he is so dead. We may even be able to finish him with the king for a bonus. For now, though, let's just protect the man whose armor has been drastically depleted. And hey. Okay. That is damage through armor from the bleed. That's not nice. But hey, not a lot we can do about it. Other than just fight back. Speaking of fighting back, mind you, we got that kill, finally. He's going to turn and attack the king, isn't he? Yeah, knew it. Alright. Get that compression blow in there and end him rightly. Ah, well struck that bodyguard. Can't have the king taking heavy damage like that. The mercenaries lie dead in the camp, all 2 of them. You return to the cloaked man and get copious rewards. A familiar toothy grin appears as you inform him the deed is done. He hands you the promised treasures. Treasures indeed. Now let's get the flip out of here. It would be very nice to... Oh, it's a recruitment event. It's not a traders anyway. We can move 19% strafe on occupation, but that'll increase. And we do need to get out of the area, so we're going to have to head to another dangerous battle event. But first, Volkver has a level. Immovable object? Great. Let's see, protect ally. Pretty good. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that then. He is another bodyguard, so aggression would be a very proactive version of defense. Let's go with survivability for now. And with 2 ability points, we must have been saving up for something. And I have this branch selected, so it may have been exposed vein. Okay, I see. Makes them take criticals more. Looks like I was saving for this. There we go. I think if we're just a little careful of Off in this next fight and don't expose him to too much danger, he might be okay to not need bandages. And I see traders up there, so that's good. You feel something tug at your feet. You look down. A string pulling taut. We've stepped in a trap. You hear the rattle of metal somewhere above you. An alarm. Your eye catches glimpses of movement around you, then the glinting of steel flashing from the trees. Let's fight. If we are trapped, we sound an alarm, so it's not a snare of some kind. There's one man up here. There's got to be more than... There's a second one down here. Okay, so if we just back to here and look for more foes. Yeah, who did that? Aha! know what? We do have enough for an attack, so let's do it. And give him that exposed vein debuff. We could sing about his extreme vanity, but that would be a shit song, so let's not do that. I don't even know any rest for words after the first line, so... yeah. We just pop back to here, let that spearman come to us. And then we do have a very big mace. I was going to say hammer, then I realised it wasn't. There we go. Oh, and we had enough for a basic attack as well. Aha! There's the bowman bastard. Right, so if we just nip down to here... he's going to have to come to us a little... Ow! Well, would you look at this? That's disappointing. We try and get him bleeding. It seems to be effective. And you can't face everyone, but you can try. Let's protect the king. And twat this one a bit. And then, in on the side. And you... I don't know where his upgrades went, so we'll look at Korra when we level next. I think he got a passive. Right. Big hit. Maybe not quite so big, but big enough. And we're just going to sidle in here and say, hello! And apparently choke. They changed the story, so Novesk is a general now instead of a king, but he's wearing a crown. Is it because of one of the upgrades we've given him, maybe? And if we head that way, since no one else seems to be available to do so... Aha! There, be compressed. These shield bearers are not the greatest of recruits. They only get 2 attacks. Uh-huh. Oh, mate, you did not mean to turn your back on the Hammerman. Surely. And you've taken your last action. Speaking of last actions, let's go for our other finisher. That was unbelievably shit. Twice! And hopefully he'll bother us no more with his arrows. This fellow has some kind of good defensive rating because many of our blows are not landing. Let's put a little more pressure on the archer so that he doesn't do anything too aggressive to us. And does not make sense. Well, Your Majesty, you're just going to use normal attacks as everything else is depleted. And speaking of depleted, this archer's life force is only heading in one direction. And that direction is into the ground, as it seeps out of his body in red droplets. He's pretty much dead on his turn. Or, right about now. Excellent stuff. Korra, we need to look into you and ask what on earth happened when you hit level 2. Because it's happening again. You defeat your ambushers. Their goods are yours now. And there's traders. Excellent. Right. What the hell happened here? Presumably something in there. So if we go Daunting Strike, that's the one that makes some change facing Victory Rush. What's this? After each killing blow fuels your Victory Rush, strengthening it. Yeah, but he doesn't really land killing blows much, does he? So let's grab it anyway, because it would be different. Stalwart. Once per round, shrug off the first attack made against you by an adjacent enemy, reducing its damage to 0. That would be very nice, actually, as well. But we need some more active abilities for him. Since he only gets 2 attacks a round, the aggression is probably more helpful. And Mob Leader must be what he took last time. So Koro likes ganging up. Jas is the bodyguard one. Got it. The long journey is worth making. You hear a rhythmic clanking of metal against metal ringing through the forest. You follow it to a hut, a forge out front worked by an aged man. Let's approach the blacksmith and upgrade our weapons. You approach the blacksmith, broad and sinewy. He looks up at you, acknowledging you with a nod as he submerges a sword into a barrel of water. It hisses. He explains that his wife runs the store inside. Which means, for really good swords, you don't cool them in water, you cool them in oil instead. And also you want a trough so you can immerse the whole sword. You do not stick it in something with the hilt sticking out, because it'll just shatter and you'll weaken the blade. You need to completely immerse the whole sword. And in a barrel it's not really going to fit very well unless it's a small sword. We can ask about the forge. Does that mean we won't go inside? Let's risk it and ask about the forge and maybe get some upgrades. Okay. He replies bluntly. Dislike the city. Our prices are good, so the mercenaries and bounty hunters look out for me. Let's go inside. You step inside the hut. It's not an ambush, dimly lit by candlelight. The walls are lined with shelves, and on the room's corners are barrels full of weaponry. On the far end, an older woman stands behind a small counter, the second woman we've met in the entire game on all our playthroughs. Well, we want an upgrade to our weaponry. We've done well for our armor, but we're somewhat lacking on the offensive front. We could do it twice, and we're not going to get an armor upgrade for a long time, so do we save for the armor upgrade? We would need 32 more, or we could just slap in 26 now and go an extra bit of damage. 72, 84, sure. Picture's changing. Lovely. We could get more bandages. Skeleton key. We have a skeleton key already, mind you. Rope. Yeah, let's get some rope. We get some very cheap bandages. Reckless necklace. Oh, that is a bit too reckless for my liking. The Three Eyes ring is very expensive. Accuracy, damage, and maximum health, all good. And the king could do with such an item. Sure. And what's this? We could sell food, tools, or medicine. Let's not sell... You know, let's sell 2 batches of food. There we go. Oh! And also these. There we go. Let's look at the map. We could go straight to another fight or a mystery event. We could probably do it for the experience, to be honest. But first, Another ring for the king. And how are we doing here? Everyone, we should be on the lookout for places to train leadership skills, because those are going to be very helpful for everyone in the company. Oh, okay. I think if I do head for the fight, I can still go to the mystery event later. But we do need to be heading towards the border of this realm. Our enemies are a bit sluggish behind us, and let's take... Ooh, yeah, another recruitment event we could do with that. A forward Strathian party has cut you off. They demand your head. Well, they better come and take it then, if they can. Yeah, that was a crude reference to... I think it's a bull in one of the Chronicles of Narnia. He says, come and take it then! Well, you're going to come to me anyway. And these scouts are very swift of foot. If we can hit him with a stun, that would be great. Oh, they're very light on their feet. Okay. I think we just want to channel the whole fight to this side of the wall, where we can control it a bit better. Don't like the crossbowmen. Ooh. Plan. Rubbish plan. Run around the wall to get the crossbowmen. Yeah, that's a plan. Wait, Jas. He's the bodyguard. What's he doing this for? Okay. Koru. Oh, it's an active skill, of course. I see, I see. I don't need to flag him with it to trigger it. It's only the victory rush that's boosted, not his other skills. Got it. Enemy gets struck down by the user gun. 3 stacks or critical. Oh, it's a stack skill. Got it. With invisible stacks. Hello. This is a big blunt thing. You've met it. In other words, join our club. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. And he's coming in for the king, yeah, quite predictably. And then we'll have put 2 crossbow as well, that'd be very nasty. Right, so, hammer blow with a mace. Works a treat. Since we're now rather blocked off here, we might as well nip down here. Give him a choice of targets, and he chose not the one without a shield. Glad he missed. Surprise! A little bit too late, but we'll do what we can. Just regular strikes then, I think, and then leave him for the king. Someone who's not being left for the king is this chap down here, who's just going to avoid damage. Now, he's definitely weakened. We'll go for the demoralization. Yeah! He's not weakened enough for a finishing blow, so just a regular strike will have to do. And he... split his attacks. If he's spreading debuffs, that makes total sense. You know what? Ooh. Yeah. Gotcha. And we could do some more gotchas. Because you're about to get hammered into the ground pretty quick. Reload time of those crossbows seems a little too quick. You know what? It's going to cost you 7 to attack anyway, so get behind both of them. Spread those attacks of opportunity. We do not like the bleed, but we do not mind. But oh yeah, we know what's happening over there, don't we? His lordship is going to fuck you up. Yeah, that's right. Now, if we could just pummel one of these. Excellent. That's right. Walk to your doom. Oh, a little bit too far for the mace man. That's okay. I thought he was dazed, not stunned. Well, he's definitely not recovering from that one. Ow. Okay. It's all over. Sweet cheeks. You're going to get fucked with a mace. Really hard. You're not going to get there, so just hop to here. And let everyone else deal with it. Job done. No levels this time, but we're working towards the next one. It's all fine. You scavenge for scouts of their supplies and move onwards. Sure, that'd be you scavenge for scouts for supplies. Or relieve them of their supplies. Something like that. We'll absolutely go to the recruitment event because we could do with extra numbers on the battlefield and because everyone brings something. Oh, border patrol, okay. Upon spotting a Stratharian patrol, you draw your weapons in anticipation of combat, but they raise their hands in peace, and their great sword-wielding leader explains that they are deserters, willing to join your cause of right coinage. Really? Men of Stratha? Well, let's see then. A two-handed sword, we could hire the leader himself. And why not? Well, let's see what else we have. Adrenaline. Grants 10 stamina and exhaust him. Oh, that's not ideal. Shield training. Not that he has a shield. Crossbowmen, they are quite nasty. Okay, let's see. Skirmisher. So, steadfast, a bit more defensive, strong-willed, tenacity rating. Okay, good. Tenacity is the death resistance thing, isn't it? Lazy. Okay. Power shot. Lacking in accuracy. He also has a power shot. Yeah, let's just hire this man. And we could hire a second, so why not? It's not power shot. Sure. They did not bring materials, unfortunately. Looks like they just brought a load of extra food. So we'll be looking to level these two men. They both appear wounded as well. No wonder they're deserters. I think if we can go two unknowns, then a threshold, because I imagine our enemies are going to magically catch up with us as soon as we head into the next region. You come across a strange sight, a lone priest in the wood. The priest greets you warmly, but seems worried. He explains he was robbed, his escort butchered by a bandit party. He musters a request asking you to help him reclaim his belongings. He's not going to aid us, is he? Oh well, let's hunt the bandits down for the experience. The priest gives you the location where he was wronged. it takes you little time to track down the offending bandits and engage them in battle. Looks like 4 of them. Okay. Let's just pop to here to be bait. Oh mate, you are so dead. This one's gonna be trouble. Uh-huh. Alright, where are we? We are here. Let's try for a dazing strike, which he dodges, unfortunately. Let's just go to here, because he's likely to come at us. You know what? That works. This is a two-handed sword. It goes for your face, mate. Headwolf may be our new rock-hard, double-hard bastard. We don't... Oh, that's horrid. Okay. He's just out of range, so we'd need to be moving this way. 4. Okay. You're kidding. Right, just shoot him then. Well, that didn't work very well. We do need numbers down south, so southwards we go. And he's the bodyguard, so he's in the wrong place again. Okay, let's just apply some basic starting damage. Speaking of basic, he's got a good dodge ability, so we'll go for him. And theoretically that'll work in our favour. Speaking of working and favour... Good stuff, your majesty. My liege, you fucked him up right royally with your sword. Now let's hope he doesn't do the same to you with his. So far, so good. And surely somewhere in the world there's some place that sells sofas which has an advert featuring the words "sofa, so good." Come on, it's a blatant missed opportunity if there isn't. DFS, call me. Oh, is his damage not good enough? We'll have to work on that. You've got a reload coming and a not so reloady shot going into him. Excellent stuff. Right. It's all damage, it all counts. Speaking of counting, let's just get this in there now. Would be nice maybe if mousing over the skill would display how many stacks we have. Maybe in the top right hand corner, opposite the skill name. That didn't quite go as well as we'd hoped. Looks like these fellows are going to get another turn each after all. We could maybe do with a debuff removal skill. Double miss on the bleed, that is unfortunate. Right. Well, since we're here... Here we go. Press the wrong key there, that's fine. I'm not even going to waste a shot. Oh, so close. You know what, though? This works, allegedly. And down he goes. You strip the bandits of their belongings and find a stash of items you assume to be the priest's. Some food, a pouch of coins, and an ornate chalice. We will return them to the priest after all. You return to the priest and return to him his goods. In return, he offers a short prayer. Look, we could probably do with it. Lots of levels. Jas, he is focusing on bodyguarding, so vindictive. Well, we hope people won't die that much, but if he is going bodyguard, we'll go survivability. Victory rush, get daunting strike. Sod it, someone's got to take it. You know, we should upgrade it. Cooldown -3, so it could be used virtually every turn. Misdirected frenzy forces a unit to randomly attack a unit allied to them within reach after making them face me. So they just turn away again to attack one of their mates. Okay. Unbalanced. Reduces initiative by 5 minutes from dodging. Oh, okay. That is quite nice. Sure. Okay, two-handed swordman, finishing blow, and open wound, both good. Finishing, they both have an accuracy debuff. Cleaver, also good. We don't like the low damage on open wound. So our basic attack can get damage and extra stamina cost. Currently costs 8 already. And our stamina is 20. So as it stands, we can currently move like 1 square and make 2 attacks. That would then be lost. We'd have to stand still for it. Extra critical rating. Ignores the unit's ability to parry. Good stuff. Attack damage variation. So I don't think that reduces the damage to 120%. I think it would reduce the variation. Theoretically. But I'm not sure on that. It could be a translation issue. By translation issue, I mean not entirely clear. Grant tactical dodge to the user. Oh, so basically it's the king's attack. Let's go this one. Just get some more damage in there. So now it's big damage hits. And go for the other unknown event. Ooh. Trader? If only we had more materials. Oh! And we've got another level up to do. Following the sound of voices, you find a large armed party bickering in front of the collapsed mouth of a cave. The men see you, and both you and they reach for arms instinctively. But you see them share looks between one another, and they call out that they're not looking for a fight. Well, let's ask them what they're doing. It's something to do with what's in the cave, which is probably very dangerous. As you approach, you see a couple of the bandits whisper to one another. Cave collapsed on us. Few still inside. We could help them clear the rubble, or use our pickaxe to do it. And hope they don't attack us afterwards out of gratitude. To rob us. You manage to chip at the looser rock, creating an entrance wide enough for a man to fit through. One of the men reaches inside and begins pulling out loose trinkets, gold and other valuables. So not people. Gathering up their find, the men thank you slyly for your help. Let's demand tribute for helping them, rather than an outright fight, and we'll fight them if they refuse. A few hesitant murmurs led to them handing over a measly cut of the gains. Well, we'll take it and not take the materials, yeah, absolutely. And upgrade our crossbowman. Piercing shot, shred up, yeah, great stuff. Fine-tuned crossbow. We've seen the enemies using that ability a lot. Accuracy and damage for one shot, sure. And if we increase our basic attack with accuracy or damage, critical, sure, we'll just go for the accuracy. And we can look at upgrading his other skills later on. This is a safe event. There might even be a trainer. Ooh, and another recruiter. We could do it for numbers. Further down the forest path, you see a hooded man speaking with a smith, his travelling forge set down. A few armed men stand to the side. Guards. You hear the end of the conversation trail off as you approach. They speak of the masterful craftsmanship of the smiths of the West. You greet one another and they invite you to trade. Let's absolutely do that. We can't afford a weapon or armor upgrade, but we can go visit the syndicate and learn a skill. Let's see. Seize the initiative. First 3 rounds of engagement, everyone gets better initiative. Got it. Rallying strikes. When an allied unit lands a damaging hit, adjacent allies gain 2 critical rating. Damaging critical hits instead grant them 2 accuracy rating. And how long does it last for? Legacy of Blood. For every 2 enemies struck down by Nervesk, well, he's just not killing them fast enough, is he? All allied units granted a permanent. So this is him going in for backstabs while his men keep the enemies occupied, isn't it? The Grudge. Allied units gain 10% bonus damage and 5 protection rating increased when fighting Strathian units. Sure, the Strathian units are very nasty. We will take that. You know what, sod it, we'll take this as well. Side dealings. Receive a small amount of gold each time you engage in trade. Improved retention. Experience rating vote. Yeah, sure. We can't sell stuff here, so we're good to continue. Which means that recruitment event is now probably too expensive for us. But unknown event and then presumably another threshold event. Leadership skills. We do have 5 leadership points. So 5 armor rate penetration and 50 increase rating. When yep, sure. Routines 10% damage increase up to. Hang on. Oh, this is not just in the one fight. In which case, it's worth pushing. Maximum stamina. Let's max this out. Maximum kill count from 15 to 30. Okay. I think we'll hold on to this to see if there's another nice skill that becomes available. You hear bickering somewhere amongst the dense trees ahead of you. Investigating, you find the camp. Strathian merchants are engaged in a heated argument with their guards about the fastest route to Stratha. You know what, we could just leave them to it. There's a threshold event coming up, we want to be in good shape for what lies beyond. The camp is too busy arguing to notice you slink back into the forest. Speaking of which, this looks like a lot of water here. And I'm feeling this would be a better threshold to cross than this one. Ooh. Sure. We've been here before. You stumble upon a camp, its inhabitants silently staring into the campfire. Dursk bounty hunters polishing their weapons. One spots you, stares at you, then returns his gaze to the fire. Deserters, you realize. It seems as though they would care not if you sat down and rested with them, but they appear in little mood to chat. Well, let's ask them to join our cause. We don't... Oh, if only because we don't particularly need to rest. There is silence for some time before one of the deserters speaks. He says plainly that he will join you. Julius Marekin has joined your company. And we got something up here. Wasn't everyone bring something, because that doesn't normally give an audio-visual confirmation. Well, he's a contract killer. He's working for free, so no contract here, buddy. Let's go fight some Strathians and get killed a lot. The woods around you have grown eerily quiet. You hear your heartbeat in your ears. Sweat drips off your brow and your hairs stand on end. You keep moving. You hear the crunching of leaves behind you. You turn and feel panic fill your body as you realize you are alone. A smooth voice calls out to you from a tree's shadow, so not so alone as we thought. A bounty hunter, his uniform dyed black, walks calmly towards you. You know him, one of Ekel Dursk's most prized headhunters. None know his name, but all of Rudome and Strafa have heard of his dark cape. He speaks to you slowly, clearly. Your death will be quick, King. My men shall extend the gift to any that follow you. He draws his sword, his moves precise and intentional. You reach for your own. Well, we got a bounty hunter of our own, and he's not very good, probably. You know, he has potential. Now, 1, 2, 3. I presume 4. No one on this side I can see yet, so let's move to here and hope. You can go to there and hide behind the stone. And we're fighting. I think he's the nasty one. Right. Let's get over there and try for a dazing strike. There we go. Excellent stuff. And since we're fighting this one already, let's throw up a good shield block. Oh look, it's a two-handed sword. It does this. And misses apparently. You know what though? Ooh, okay. That was terrible. You know, since we're here, if we put protection on him, because he's got a two-handed sword, we can go Daunting Strike and do something. Korra is the Victory Rush man. Let's send him to here then. More aggressively and off. Look, this man's coming, okay? We kind of want to be ready for him, which means not facing this fellow. So if we just go here then face this way. Okay, so Halonel. This is the... Oh, it's only a 3, not a... Just wanting to identify our main threat, and he's over there with his wooden mask. Got it. So, my liege, if you would... You're probably more wanted over here, to be honest. Risky. Big risk turning your back on foes like that. But if we stand here, we've blocked off an assault. Because these fellows might engage in a lot of hit and run tactics. Don't like that. All that. Okay. How about landing that compression blow and just nailing him with as much damage as we can. Likewise over here, any damage we can do is good damage. why can't we go... Oh, because he's not badly wounded enough. Oh, tragic. However... Nice, now run away, little crossbowman. Yep, saw that one coming. Okay. And I'm still not used to these men only getting their 2 attacks, so throw in a victory rush while we can. Well, hello. Didn't expect miracles. And I don't like that poison. Speaking of things I don't like... Oh, you bastard. Right. Okay. Thrust and riposte. Sure, we can try riposte. And a thrust. He is so dead. Soon. It's just a matter of when. Oh, really? Well, I suppose that was quite justified. And yeah, nasty, double nasty. You're behind the king as well. Alright. Got him. And him. Excellent. Let's even try for a miss, apparently. Get behind him with that 2-handed sword. Yeah, that was a first edition reference in which thieves and assassins could use any weapon for a backstab attack or an assassination attempt, regardless of whether they were proficient with it or not. And since it was a damage multiplier rather than additional damage, something like a 2-handed sword or halberd made for an excellent assassination attempt, because they just weren't expecting their bodyguard to suddenly launch into it. After that, you'd be fighting at massive non-proficiency penalties. Anyway. Really? Just one attack? Okay. Well, hey, while we're here, he's going to just dodge everything, apparently. Yeah, not nice. However, bloody hell. Well, he needs stopping. We have a massive... Oh, he's going to die on his bloody turn, isn't he? Fucking knew it. Right. Revenge. We call for revenge! And someone... Oh, fucking... What? No medicine? Oh, you bastards! He wasn't wounded. Why did he die? Well, that's put a damper on this run, hasn't it? You've slain a legendary bounty hunter and his men. Conscious that such a man would have more parties in his convoy, you search for bodies quickly, not forgetting the Dursk man's black cape. We've lost a valuable member of our company, but he died a hero's death in a really brutal conflict against a legendary foe. You hurry down the forest path. 3 routes present themselves to you. You come to a halt, analysing your paths ahead. A crossroads lies ahead of you, busy with life, though you are wary that Dursk's men might be idling there. Before the crossroads, a merchant loads a caravan of goods, an opportunity for a safe escape. If he is generous enough. Off the path, smoke billows out of the woods. It is unlikely that bounty hunters would be sitting in a bandit camp. We'll go for merchant. Sure. The merchant offers you a friendly greeting as you approach, but then sees the serious intent drawn on your face. You ask if you might find passage further into the forest in this caravan. The merchant knows not to ask too many questions, but admits that fitting you into his caravan requires him to leave some of his stock behind. Politely, he asks you to compensate him first. Let's reimburse the man. You hand the man his gold and pile uncomfortably into his caravan. You wait patiently as you feel him struggle to trundle the new weight along the forest path, even enlisting the help of his guard to assist him. Let's hope he doesn't betray us. After some time, he opens the caravan and lets you out, explaining he needs to rest. You find yourself deeper in Temkal. Deeper indeed. And there are threshold events ahead which are going to be nasty. This one opens more travel opportunities. Kedwolf, what do you got for me? Patient. If he did not attack... Oh, okay. Sure. He's got a big two-handed sword. We're going to go aggression. Charging strike. That's familiar. Sure, we'll take it. And let's see. Accuracy, damage, stamp. Sure, we'll save up for this. And Marekin, you survived. Slippery. Too right, he's slippery. Attack an enemy to gain a stack of escapists, allowing you to ignore enemy zones of control. Okay, sure. We can go celerity. This unit's first attack will lunge at the target unit if they are 2 tiles away. This movement ignores enemies' zones of control. And accuracy rating, sure. Or increased damage and accuracy rating. They both increase accuracy rating. We'll go the damage route because it's going to be easier for me to remember. I'll do a threshold event, then probably end the episode, I think. 2 fights, okay. You find the shelter of a dilapidated hut, boards and nails scattered across its rotting floor. The walls are intact enough to shield you from prying eyes. Let's scavenge for supplies so we can get a weapon or armor upgrade in the future. Not that we can get one just yet with 41. I think it's 61 we need for the next one. You tear boards from the walls and collect any loose from the forest floor that have yet to be eaten by rot. And with that, we don't have a diagonal to here. I'm going to end the episode here because that one was brutal enough and we lost one of our trusted bodyguards. Let's hope the newfound members of our company can be equally trustworthy. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say goodbye for now though and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.